I'm currently on the kidney transplant list. Organ donor awareness is such a huge week for me. I've seen firsthand the impact that organ donation has in a family. My own mum had a kidney transplant 23 years ago from her sister, a live donor, and it allowed her the chance to go to all our weddings. It allowed her the chance to be an incredible grandmother to all her children. It gave us back our mum. We just have seen the impact that organ donation has, and it's amazing. A kidney transplant to me would mean a whole new lease of life. I have 3 children and they're affected by my kidney disease, and my husband as well. It's not just me that goes through it. Kidney disease affects you not just physically but socially, emotionally and financially. A transplant to me would just mean the world. It would give me a chance to go back to work full time. It would mean that I could socialise with my friends, eat what I want, and just be able to plan for the future, because at the moment we're living in limbo, waiting on that call. All of us are on the list. It's not just me, it's just we're all waiting.
Organ Donor Awareness Week is important to me and to my family because it basically saved my life, and without it I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't have a life. For me, it always goes back to that saying, life is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Because of organ donation, I have a present and a future. So that's the gift that can be given to anybody, and everybody has the ability to give that gift. So it's basic. My thoughts on it were when I first got my driver's license and I ticked for organ donation, I thought it'd be cool, you could save someone's life. I never thought I would be in a position. And I just think that's something that people don't realise as well, that it doesn't just affect people with congenital conditions. I was perfectly healthy and I ended up in a situation where I needed a transplant. And your focus changes is from not necessarily your focus is what you can do for someone else, but then you're in a position where you're waiting for someone else to do it for you. And it could be your kids needing it, it could be your loved one, it could be anybody. It's not just like we thought years ago, congenital conditions. It was not just people with cystic fibrosis or congenital heart disease. It can happen to anyone. And I think it's an important message to people, when you're thinking about it and having that conversation, even if you can't see past the bit where you say, I don't really want to help a random person, you could be helping someone a lot closer to you, and it could be more significant than that. It could be, your kids that need it in the future. So, for me, I just think it's huge possibilities, and there's so many conditions now that are treatable with transplant that weren't years ago, and are being added to it all the time. And for me, it's given me extra life, extra time. It's not a cure. You're not going, it's as long as your organs will last. But from where I was, a year and a half ago to here, it's just worlds apart. I wouldn't be here today. It would likely be my year's anniversary of my death, not celebrating organ donation or talking about organ donation. So for me, it means absolutely everything.
Very good, yeah. Everyone else, we've been here. And if I can ask you,
Organ Donation Week makes an awful big difference to me. I'm delighted to be here. I want to share my story. It's sometimes hard to get the words out to show the gratitude, but by today being here sharing my story, I want to let people know how grateful I am after receiving these precious organs, how my life has changed, how my daughter's life has changed, and my family. Sometimes I felt I was alone through the journey. Now, because of more energy, more interaction with my family and friends, I don't feel as isolated. And I suppose by me sharing these differences, it'll help others decide whether they'd have the conversation with their family, maybe hear the story of how my life has changed, how they can help change other people's lives who are just surviving in life rather than living in life. And it truly is a special, special gift. And to get that message across, to families and to friends, and just keep the conversation going on the importance of donating organs, helping people survive through life, and just having that kindness. And my donor, I often think of them and their family and how the extraordinary gratitude I have for their kindness and selflessness is just really special for me to remember. And today I feel that my donor is with me today to share this very happy day.
Organ Donor Awareness Week is really important to me because an organ donor saved my life. I had a liver transplant 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, and without an organ donor family saying yes, I wouldn't be here today and wouldn't be able to spend time with my 2 beautiful daughters and my husband.
Again, you don't mind?
Organ Donor Awareness Week is important to me because I had my life saved by an organ donor, and when you're waiting and you're wondering about time and things like that, it becomes a really important thing. So it's something that everybody can do, and it can save lives and make a real difference in the world.
Organ Donor Week is very important to me, as my daughter Lauren was a donor, and she donated her liver and her heart valves. So for me, it is important purely because I wasn't aware that Lauren wanted to do this, but we found her organ donor card in her wallet, and it just made everything right to do it. So it's just to give life to somebody else, and also to come in and raise awareness of organ donors, and carrying the card, having a conversation with your family, your loved ones, letting them know what you want, so what your wishes are, and it's very good to be here and be with all other recipients. It just shows you really how deeply and important it is for other people to be aware that in times of either tragedy or your loss, you can give a life to somebody else.
We go again. Thank you.
The importance of Organ Donor Awareness Week is something that is important every year. It's relevant every year. But in the current year, we're looking to a change in legislation around how organ donation is interpreted and handled. So more than ever, it's something that we need to bear in mind. It's an opportunity that raises awareness in public consciousness. It's an important time for families and family members to discuss with each other how they feel about how their organs might be handled in the event of their death. It has the capacity to give meaning to give real importance to, or to change the nature of the dying process, and to convert it into an event whereby other people's lives are saved. In that way, it can be absolutely crucial, and I'd encourage everybody to try and talk to their families about how they feel about this most important of all matters.
Just to be fair,